all of it. But let's open this one and then read it. Yeah, someone is the ambassador. Yeah, I am one of the major ambassadors, major leading. You would not really call me an ambassador, you'd call me a partner. I am one of the major leading partners, right? Now, let me tell you guys some interesting and also like, it's more like, you know, a little shade here and there, but it's all part of the business anyway. Somebody's Xness condom nonsense. You know, back in the days when like Xness approached me that Kojo, we see potential in you, would like to work with you in terms of recommending us. I first told them that, look, I have to make sure that I'm extremely comfortable with the platform and I'm using it and I'm making money and I'm comfortable, I have no issues before you can attest to the fact that I'm going to recommend it. Then I did use it and I was making money. I loved their platform and then it was making sense. And I said, okay, fine, I'm gonna partner with you, right? Then people were like, look at him. The broker is sponsoring him. The broker is giving him the money. The broker is a fake trader. He's a blah, blah, blah. But, you know, real recognizes real. When they were saying all those stuffs, I'll still give out trades. I'll take them. I'll send them to the community. Everybody will make money. Will be happy. News, I'll break it down. I'll tell you it's going to go up. Lo and behold, it's going to come and it's going to go up. So you cannot even have a doubt about the nigga. You're like, you're hating on him, you're throwing shit, you're saying nonsense, but he keeps on killing it. So, like, even if the broker is giving him millions in the world, like, bro, at the end of the day, he's still giving you the trade and then it's playing out. He's still giving you free knowledge on YouTube that is changing lives. It got to their neck. Now people are fast forward 2 years on, 3 years on, people are now proud. Like, hey, I'm signing deals, I'm signing this, I'm with this, I'm the ambassador for this, I'm the, like, you see, if it's not on your door front yet, don't hate the other man that is doing it. When I started teaching, right, and I'd say, okay, if you want to get the knowledge, you got to, you know, subscribe to my courses, pay for my this. People like, why is he teaching people? He's charging them if you're making money. This. Then I bullshitted all those stuff. Fast forward, people are on Twitter and everything saying, if you are not paying for my money, if you cannot pay, don't come. Like, are you not the same person? 3 years on, 2 years on, lambasting and saying nonsense in the same vein. So just because it was not your play then it was evil, it was bad, but now that you're doing it, then you're like, you see, it's ridiculous. It's it's really ridiculous, but it's stuff that you just watch and then you just let them slide. Anyway, let's watch this one, right? I told you that we're going to unveil all the other stuffs that they said. What? Xness, you were here, Nairobi. Okay, this like a welcome, a welcome something. And this is what they said. This shade will go to where it belongs. Exactly. Me, I've said it. Nobody can stop me. People will be saying nonsense just because it's not happening with them. The moment it's happening to them, the moment it's in their court, then they feel, you know, like glorified in it, and then they are upholding it, and then, but I don't judge anybody, I don't criticize anybody, I don't even care about how you're doing your stuff. You know, all the nonsense tricks that people do that I can literally, you know, expose if I choose to, which will spoil people's business, which will crumple them. The very little one that I tried, you look at how I literally disputed people, you know, the very little one when it got up to my neck, and then, you know, I faced up to, like, you know, all those nonsense hate and stuff that, you know, some people were portraying to me. You can see how it literally affected their reputation and business and everything. Even though they gained the clout they were choosing, it went a long way to it's good to get clout. They say, okay, negative publicity, positive, at the end of the day gives you a reach. But imagine attracting like bad reputation for a publicity that you're eager to get, you know. I'm a billionaire. I'm a billionaire. I'm going to give you this. I'm going to give you that. So many, Meanwhile, you know what I mean? A billionaire, B with a B, But I'm off all those things. I'm just saying it just because I'm actually smiling saying it. I'm just saying it just because I don't bring those things on Instagram. So once in a while when I'm on Instagram live, I feel like addressing it so that you Instagram people catch up with. If you're not following me on Twitter, you're really missing out on a lot. Because all these Twitter boys, they're also another set of foolish boys that, I don't know. I know some of them may have been here, but they are really very lame and dumb and stupid and fools and ignorant and riffraffs. They think they can get on my nerves and my neck and I could do this, but they don't know, say, we will be street boy before God bless we reach where we will be. Like, they don't know where we from. They don't know where we from. So, they can just see, like, they try to get on me on my nerves, see the most nonsense and stuff. Like, bro, I have a thick skin. I'm a trader. I've been trading for the past 11 years. You think like you're Abua Kwasia and you're a fool and this is the one that's going to penetrate into me? Me? Bro, if you're a trader and you let those things get to you, then I know, like, it feels like you've not really matured in your psychology yet. If you're a trader and then you still let people's nonsense get to you, then I don't know what type of... Like, we've been on the street. That's it. That's the word. We've been on the streets before, we got to where we are. So just that because of, some reputation, I cannot be exchanging that type of Abua Kwasia and with Jimmy and things with them. So I always just see them like, look at this hungry boy. I don't mind, look at this, anytime I see all those village utterances, I just let it slide. Unless I want to address the person, then I just have the time for that person. Like the stupid, foolish, ignorant, ignoramus, all the big words I use for Mbongo ideas guy, of a foolish, hungry boy like that. For him, I had the time for him because he's just like, crossed the boundary. He is like, I know, he's just somebody that don't deserve any sympathy, any help. He's a straight up fool. The simple word I can use for him is FOOL, because I don't know, how can you be a hungry boy begging people for favors and stuff like that and turn around and insult them, and like who does that? Like, what strategy in life are you approaching with that? I don't know. In life you have to have a strategy. Like, your strategy is, maybe I'm being aggressive, mean, but at the end of the day, that aggressive and mean kills you. But you aggressive and mean, but you're hungry. Aggressive and mean, but you're not making any money. Aggressive and mean, but you're always posting 1x bet. If people don't use 1x, like, bro, like, you see, it's sad, but, maybe in the future. He says he wants to be what? What's the name? P.S. Morgan of Ghana. P.S. Morgan of Onyegbemi. Sometimes I don't want to be vulgar with all this because my tweets really go viral. I did a post with a policeman helping me stuff. You can clearly see that what it went about what 2.5 million views. So imagine that I'm telling him that Onyegbemi. And then everybody's, Kojo, did you really say Onyegbemi? Did you? I don't like to attach myself. I've passed that stage. Now I'm trying to be a responsible, Kojo, proper guy, suit and tie guy. I don't want to dirty myself in the street, and everybody knows actually the guy he be raw like that, or the guy no correct. But I craze. They don't know say I craze. Me, I know they care. I know they like, but we the pet on our body. We go school. We meet big people. So sometimes for respect on our body, then act nice and clean, and as if we be that be where we know be street. We know hungry for streets before. The Twitter people they funny me. Wow. They do them say, this guy where you from? Like somebody that can't text me then talk say if these DB people if it go well for them, you make lucky, you make fortunate where your mommy, your puppy or your parent get money, be you they take care of it. Kwasiya oni me komo ademi ame de duru bi ame de oni nyansa ni adwen oni baby ame rewura na me de duru me bi ame duru. I just watch that, they laugh, so I say, God, But I never, because they don't know me, you know, like, yeah, it's a new space that, like, they are getting accustomed to the vibes gradually. But eventually it will get there, then they will know that, oh, this guy, they on the street, no be today. Oh. Now they say I'll be fraud. Right now, anything that I say about money, Twitter, oh, the fraud guy, look at this guy, you be, then say I be hash puppy, you they hide, you they take people that money and cover. Hey, Timo, are you ignorant or daft or stupid or like what again? Where I say, I go Legon, I go military. About 90% of my friends are military in the army. My father is a police officer, a chief inspector in the Ghanaian police force, active service. They didn't know that too. Even when I said a policeman helped me, people were throwing shit, but they don't even know that my own father is a policeman. And then they come back to say, because I said I was going to meet a billionaire for the meeting that I was going on. They say, oh, they go me, you fraudster, you say they go me. It be only, like, everything is just negative, hungry, nonsensical, bitter. Just, you can't deal with them. So sometimes you just like let them slide. You let them wallow in their. People say back to the chat. Back to the chat, right? Okay. Let's talk some chat work, and then I'll leave you guys. I have so much to do this evening already. My wife is already texting me behind the scenes. She's saying, "It's okay, Kojo, it's okay." He said Kojo never stop peppering all his haters. They don't know what they come. Now my birthday is even the shutdown, you know. My birthday is a huge shutdown. Do you know that my birthday is coming though? If you don't know, I'm telling you, my birthday is on the 29th of March. So everybody that's just like, Kojo is a show of this. Wait for me. I told you guys that what I said some quotes. I told some quote that I have been grinding from the whole of 2022 and I did not show off anything. I was just calm doing my own thing, but I paid my dues. So if you start seeing the result in 2023, don't get pressured because I already paid for the grind. And that's what we're experiencing. That's what they don't know, that everything that I'm doing, all the trips, all the things that I'm enjoying, buying this and stuff like that, quick, I hustled for all those things in 2022 when people were, Eric say, yeah, you don't see anything, self. You know the drill already. Like all the things that I did, I freaking worked. Look at me. I lost all my weight. I can't show you. I'm wearing boxers. But I'll show you some part. There's a glass here, right? There's a glass here. I try to control so that you don't get to see. But I've lost heavy weight. Hey, you remember how now I used to be buff, going to the gym all the time? I don't remember the last time I went to the gym. I've lost all. Look at my cheekbones have even started appearing again. You know why? Because I'm extremely just focused on like trading, business, trading, construction, trading, academy, helping people, trading. So like there's no time for luxury, going to the gym, going to lift and drinking all these medications and supplements and stuff. It's time. Look, if you take those things, you're going to sleep. You have to eat well. You have to relax. You're going to be lazy. I cannot be waking up at 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3, 4, 5, watching the market, stressing. I need to relax the body. Then eventually the body starts expanding and I become that buff. But once I'm working, look, I lose all those times and I become like skinny, skimpy, just like you can see me. Look at my face now. It makes like I don't even eat it. Some people can even insult me and say, you say be millionaire, see the way your eyes make, see the way your nose make, see the way your hair make, but they don't understand the business aspect of, a grinder, a business aspect of a serious man when he's like, it's been like a year, they've not even seen me in the gym. It's been like a whole year. They've not seen me. But guess what? After 29th March, I'm resuming. I'm paying for a full 1 year, membership. And I'm going to start again. And then that'll be where the balling will be like extra O. It will make like extra O actually. Extra O actually. Me, I'll be street. You don't even know say extra O actually day. Anytime we chop extra O actually for La Paz. After 29th March, full balling. Like you see for yourself. I'm telling you. So go, if you're on Twitter, if you're from Twitter, go on them, say, hey. Now they call me the Forex guy. Anything that they say, Lord keep Kojo covered by the blood of Jesus. Amen. Thank you so much, Bettina, Morgan, Johnson, for saying this word of prayers for me. It's really needed. I really appreciate it. Trust me, I don't joke with my spirituality. No matter how aggressive I may be, how exuberant I may be, I always make sure that I keep my spirituality extremely intact, So yeah, people are mentioning Kafuri. Is Kafuri on the live? Is he on the live? He can join. Let's catch up a little bit. I saw him today anyway. I've seen him for the past 3 days. Me and him are always vibing. He's a nice guy. He's really energetic. He's doing his own thing in Kenya. Big ups to Kafuri, wherever you are. What about the giver on Twitter? The giver on Twitter, you see the comment, over 2,000 comments. So I have to take my time. Me and Rick are even going to be doing it. Sending some, him sending some, sending some, him sending some. By the end of the day, we'll try as much as possible to send as many as we can. So very soon. Don't worry. We never promise and fail. The money did the account inside. Like, $500 it's chicken change to a brand like me. If you don't know that, then I don't know where you started following me, but the least thing you can just get worried about is Kojo promising you $500. You deserved it. You have been hard on this more than a decade. Okay, now everybody say chat. So let's resume on the chat then. Now we can see how some stuffs are already looking beautiful. What I perceived right from the market movement, I can tell you is that we're still living off the debris of last week's NFP. NFP was here, right? That's what most people forget. Like when we have a fundamental data, right? And then that fundamental is so strong that it's pushing the market in one direction. Even after a new week, don't think that the fundamentals influence on the market has exhausted. Because some people think that, okay, this candle is only NFP. No, NFP is the US unemployment rate and then new job creation. So don't think that it's just going to be one candle representing the whole new data. It goes on reflexivity of subsequent weeks, and sometimes it can last up to months. So I can tell you that everything that I've been driving the gold, right, XAUSD up to this point has so much influence coming from even as far as last week's NFP, right? As far as last week's NFP. The only thing that I expected that it was going to change, the direction and perhaps have us, retrace before maybe a continuation was today's CPI. Nonetheless, what happened was that we just found out that it's just like, a glitch in the system. It's like a minor movement that did not have like any major impact. So obviously we cannot say, okay, CPI is going to now cause a retracement or a change in the trend. And that was also because the data that came out were closely linked. So if I go to like Forex Factory, let's go to Forex Factory, then you're going to see how closely linked those data were, right? You can see that forecast 6, expectation 6. Now, what people don't know is that usually in the market, when forecast is equivalent to actual, right, then it means that the action on the market have been priced in already. Priced in the sense that, like, the people are not surprised because that is exactly what they anticipated for. That's why you would see that CPI did not have any action here. But imagine that the CPI came and it was like they were expecting 6 and then it came out to 12 or it came out to 1. Then you would see both ends of a reaction because it surprised the players. They're like, we didn't see this coming. That's so huge. What a difference. You start seeing the market reacting in the direction of the new data. But when it's the same, it means that they were already expecting it, so they were maintaining their position, balancing it and stuff like that. And then when the market gets it, it's like the same thing. We've already seen it. We knew that was what was going to come. So you don't really get to see much of a difference like that again, So I'd say that now that means that we are not going to be using any fundamental to make that, unless, of course, we have to do a forward check, just because we don't have to be so quick to judge and then come to, let's say, next week, Wednesday, we say, okay, we have annual budget was for the pounds because we are not focused on the pound. Then we come to USD core PPI, right, which is production manufacturing index. We have retail sales, we have employee. These are not substantial enough that we extremely prioritize, but they count. They count on a marginal basis how they are going to be moving the currencies on a tiny marginal basis, not directly with huge volatility and spikes. And then we have Australian dollar unemployment rate, which is also another big one, but it will usually happen in the Asian session. Then Friday, which is the last one. Then Friday we have prelim consumer sentiment. So in all, after I've gone through from Tuesday, which is today, all through to Friday, what it then informs me is that there's not any major fundamental that pre-informs me that is going to be a catalyst for us to have a retracement. So once I am clear of the way that there's not going to be a fundamental, then it means that I have to now be looking out for technical signs. And that is when I start looking at my zones. That's why I start looking at my candlestick confirmation. That's why I start looking at the whole market structure and stuff like that. So now I can now start looking at GBP USD, and I can tell that okay, GBP USD, the fundamental did not trigger you to change your direction because CPI came, and then subsequently from today all through to Friday, there's not another fundamental that may necessarily shake you. But remember that as far as we're talking about, we were mainly focused on USD. So you can also remember that while we were skimming through the chart, there were some element of GBP on board as well. So we have to go back and remind ourselves that okay, for GBP, what we saw was annual budget release, but it's not like a data, it's like a budget for the country. So it means that the details in the budget is what will affect the movement. So it means that tomorrow being Wednesday, since there's no USD technical that may necessarily use it as a catalyst to move, then perhaps maybe the pound is hanging in there with this, short-term swing high on the 4-hour. Is hanging just in there to use this annual budget details in the annual budget, perhaps to be like a trigger in confluence with like the kind of candlestick confirmation we're seeing before we tend to have maybe like an abrupt reversal or perhaps like a retracement before a continuation. So in terms of market analysis, there's so much that goes into it. You hear me talking about this thing and I make it seem so easy, but it's because I've studied them for a long time, and then I just understand the market. Like, you cannot take it away.